Beef tallow. It's the talk of the town. Here's a deliberate Canadian take on it. So today we're talking about beef tallow. Why do I even have beef tallow to render? So the story is, I tried beef tallow when cooking a while back, and I just found that the result when cooking your food is absolutely delicious. It's even better than butter in some cases. So I had my butcher put some beef fat trimmings aside for me. In my case, it's free. I don't know if all butchers are like that, but essentially, some butchers need to pay in order to get rid of that fat. So I'm not buying anything. I'm just using something that would have been thrown away anyway. So that's where it starts for me. Homesteading is about using what you have or what you can have access to easily. So, what is beef tallow? Beef tallow is essentially beef fat that's been rendered. That's it. That's the post. You melt it down, you strain out the solids, and what's left is a stable cooking substance that can keep for months. People have been doing this for centuries. It's not something new, it's just something that society maybe forgot how to do or why they were doing it. Is beef tallow healthier than seed oils? I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't really matter to me because if you take everything in equilibrium, you're going to be living a healthy life anyway. But some people online will tell you that tallow is nature's perfect fat and that seed oils are absolutely poison, but the reality is probably a little more complicated than that, right? While tallow is high in saturated fat and saturated fat can lead to heart disease, there are other research research, sorry, I am not the A quality public speaker. Other researchers question that link. The honest answer is that there isn't a consensus and nobody really knows. But what I can tell you is beef tallow is a single ingredient fat with no industrial processing. Whereas if you take canola oil, for instance, you're going to go through a lot of steps to get it into that bottle. You can make of that what you will. Is beef tallow safe to cook with? Well, what I can tell you is it has a very high smoke point, around 420 Fahrenheit, which makes it higher than butter. Which is, if you give me 1 second, I will look live what that temperature is. So we have butter between 300 to 350 Fahrenheit, depending on the consistency and where you buy it. Which means that at 420 Fahrenheit, you can sear, fry, roast with it without the fat breaking down and producing the compounds that form when other oils overheat. For high heat cooking, it's a great choice, and I use it in my ribs when I wrap them, and it just gives that extra umami taste to the ribs, I find. One part about beef tallow that surprises me a lot, and it's not something that I'm going to get into, is some people put this stuff on their face. I mean, they use it to make skincare, moisturizer, and stuff like that, but that's not why we're here, right? I guess eventually the fiance might want to get into that sort of thing, but it's not my cup of tea. Is beef tallow just a trend? I could tell you the trend is real because people are talking about it more and more in their seed oil aversion, which is totally fine. I mean, I love the stuff or I wouldn't be making it 2 or 3 times a year, right? But what I know is this: I got mine for free, I rendered it, I use it in a lot of my cooks, and it just makes the food taste better. That's my evidence. You can test for yourself. The trend is real, very real for us here. And now for the question that you're all here for. Is it worth rendering for yourself? I guess we need to take the free part out of it in order to answer that question. Before I was getting my tallow for free from the butcher, before I discovered that you could, I would use trimmings from my briskets in order to supply myself with enough beef tallow for the year. And I mean, you're cooking that brisket anyway, so why would you not use that fat? I mean, of course it's no longer free if you're doing that, but you're going to be throwing it away anyway. So it comes back to the same thing. No waste, right? Um if the butcher gives you fat trimmings for free, yes, that's a no-brainer. If you have to use the meat that you're already buying, I still think it's worth it. I don't have any numbers to back it up, but I'm sure that even if you're paying a few bucks a pound for your beef tallow, you can compare it to a pound of butter, which is very expensive these days. I don't know about you guys, but in Canada, in Quebec right now, if you're getting butter for $5 or $6 a pound, that's a decent price right now. And I am convinced that we can beat that price even if you have to purchase the fat trimmings. So for me, it's a no-brainer. You can always go see your butcher. I'm pretty sure that a lot of butchers are in the same situation. They need to pay to get rid of that fat. So ask your local butcher. That's my advice. So in today's video, we're going to be making some beef tallow. So I have a butcher who's willing to give me his fat trimmings away for free, or else they need to pay for it to get rid of it. So I have about between 10 and 12 pounds of beef fat here. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to render that down into beef tallow that you could store on any shelf and use as a substitute for butter or any oils. Um, this stuff is gold. I mean, when I found out that you can get this for free, I jumped on it. I jump on it every time. So without further ado, I don't want to clutter my board, so I'm just going to put a few pieces here, and I will be putting the small pieces into two aluminum pans, I guess. And while we're cooking, today we're cooking 2 pork butts for some pulled pork tonight. So we're going to be rendering that down. So what I normally do is cut the fat down into maybe 1-inch pieces. But today what I'm going to try is something a bit different. I'm going to try cutting it down a lot smaller than that. See how that goes. Something more like this, maybe 1/4 of an inch instead. Now that all that fat is cut up, what you want to do is you want to get it on your smoker, the same temperature that you're cooking at. That should be low. So you want it to render down until everything looks nice and brown and crispy. And when you're stirring it around, you get those sizzling and crackling sounds uh, practically jumping out at you. 3 p.m. See here, this is what I'm talking about. It's not quite ready yet. You see the fat still has some white color on it, so we're going to let it cook just a little bit longer. So we're going to put it through the, what's the name for this? I'm going to strain it. Should come out really, really clear. There's no use in putting it all in there, so that's fine. Set this one aside. Going to get the other one. Here you see the final result. It's going to cool and turn white slowly. So, is it worth it? Délibérément. If you're still here, why don't you give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you next week.